All right. We are live. What's going on, everybody? Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, coming at you from lovely San Diego. And it is Friday. And my God, this week, I can't even, I'm still trying to process how crazy this week was. So, first of all, welcome to my training. This is one of the final portal trainings, if not the final portal training. I've reached the end of my curriculum list, but I'll probably be refining the message and coming back on teaching further stuff about the portal. I hope you've enjoyed this. I think I've done 10 now on the advice of my business brand strategist, Jillian Sandoval, one of the greatest people I've ever worked with, / Jillian Clark. I had 4 people hire me this week. And I cannot express enough gratitude for everything they've done. Believing in me, reaching out, making it happen. And I just am confident I can deliver the results and earn the trust that people have put in me. Worked very hard to get results for everybody I work with and to create dynamic campaigns while being fun to work with and showing enthusiasm every single day. I swear to God, 20% of my job is just making my clients feel good and making them happy. And I really like that part of it. I'll tell you guys, just real quick segue. The best feeling in the world is calling someone and telling them, hey, you're going to be on TV. Nothing is better than that. Speaking of which, by the way, client Abby Barretto from the Ring of the Mountain documentary, she's going on TV today. And once that's recorded, she'll be my 34th. Client placed on TV. So I'm really happy about that. Congratulations, Abby. Okay, we're going to touch upon a couple things in this training. It might go a little longer than usual. I'm trying to actually just de-stress. I'm dead serious. This week, I've worked probably 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. I think every night almost. Last night, I went out with a group from the San Diego Fun 40s Facebook group, and it was the first time I've been out with a group of people probably since December. I've worked every single day in January. The results have been amazing, but obviously I can't keep this up forever. And then I have Air Force drill weekend, so I'm literally leaving later today to drive up and go do duty for 2 days and then come straight back. But you know what? I'm having fun with it. I'm happy. I'm not going to keep this crazy pace forever. But because it's Garcia Global Media and the launch and the books and the magazine and everything, right now it's okay to buckle down and do some work. So anyway, thanks for letting me vent a little bit. Right out the gate real quick, let's give a shout out to my client, Jason Lane Curtis. Jason specializes in helping you pay less for your merchant processing. If you are a person that is going through a lot of sales in your online store or your services, you're doing more than say 5 transactions a month, and you're tired of using PayPal, Zelle, whatever, and getting just bogged down with fees. PayPal's notorious, unreliable account lockouts, just weird stories about them holding on to your money for no reason. Talk to Jason Lane Curtis. He's got an amazing payment processing system, and he can usually beat the fees and the percentages you're paying on transactions. Veteran-owned company, great guy, unbelievable at helping people pay less for their merchant transactions. Jason Lane Curtis, find him on Facebook. Trusted name in this space and a great dude to work with. What's up, Kevin Baker? All right. Let's see. So today we're going to wrap up the portal training. I will probably keep doing some iteration of this. I'm going to refine it. I like how the last 10 business days came out, but I need to actually add more meat to it, more tangible content. I always like to improve. I always like to I like to create content that's so powerful that you guys will turn this off and literally be able to implement it and see changes immediately. If I can do that for somebody, then I know my training's good. And that's what I strive for. So today, let's see. Today, we're going to talk about how to break out. because you can do all these actions in the world, but how do you actually, I want you to think about it this way. One person posts 30 times on social media a day. Let's say they've got a lot of time on their hands, like Elon Musk. Another person posts 4 times a day, but gets more engagement, more discussions, more lead gen, more bang for their buck. So if they're doing near the exact same action, why does one person break out for less work than the person that doesn't break out for a lot of work? And there's variables involved in this. So when we talk about being a breakout in visibility, there's a couple of things that we're thinking of. First of all, you need consistency. If you post on Facebook one day, LinkedIn the next day, Twitter the next day, Instagram the next day, that's not consistency. If you post on Instagram at the same time 3 days a week, that's better. Try to post near the same time. You'll notice that the portal trainings are always usually 9 a.m. PST. That's by design. Once in a while, I have a variation if I have like a Zoom call or something. But the point is, breaking out has to do with connection. It has to do with getting to know people. It has to do with thought-provoking, fun content that they want to engage in and talk about. If you pepper your social media with pop culture references that are recognizable, if you keep it light and fun, if you have stuff that makes people feel good, you're going to get more engagement. And you're going to get more people reaching out to you, and you're going to become popular. I've put a lot more, just because everyone's kind of losing their minds right now with the election and crazy shit happening and that horrifying, airplane crash in DC. I've tried to put more stuff that I call feel good. So pictures of possums, funny dogs, memes that are hilarious. Like I try and put stuff that just makes people feel good, so that if they see my content, they're like, wow, Rob is a funny person and he's trying to make me positive. And that's why people gravitate to me. I hope I exude good energy. I hope I give people enthusiasm. Like that's really is my goal. Because I'm not one of those fake like rah-rah cheerleader people. I'm someone that if I'm happy, I'm legitimately happy. I don't fake emotions. I don't like have a camera face, So how do we break out? We break out with meaningful and thought-provoking content. We focus on things that are interesting to look at and consume, as far as your graphics, as far as your fonts, as far as your design and style. Breaking out means that you'll know you're breaking out when your social media starts getting a lot of engagement and attention. You start getting treated different. People start referring to you. When you become an industry, I think Sean Douglas referred to it as a category king. It means that you were the first person that comes to mind when somebody mentions an industry. And that is a very, very, that's when you know you've broken out. And that is a very good, I'll give you a prime example. So in Vetpreneur Tribe, whenever someone says, hey, I need a recommendation for an IT person, and like 7 people are like, Daniel Curry. Somebody posts, hey, I need a recommendation for a copyright attorney. And 9 people post, Andy Nelson. And when people are like, yeah, I need help getting a federal job or a resume help, Ralph Ave. So when your name pops up in any thread for a certain industry, and it's repeatedly mentioned by other people, constant referrals. That's when you know you've broken out. I say this without ego, but it's the truth. I've seen quite a few posts now where people are like, hey, looking for a good person that can help with PR and visibility. My name pops up now. And I've worked very hard to be referable. I've worked very hard to be that person that comes to mind, being visible. I showcase my clients. I showcase my results. I talk about the experience of working with me. Ginger and David, perfect example. So if somewhere were to go to Vet Tribe and say, hey, I need 10 shirts made for my bowling league, who should I talk to? Their name probably will be the only one, just because they are so niched down with what they do and they offer exceptional service and they're good communicators. So that's why you'll see their name. But the point is, that's when you know you've broken out. If somebody asks a question about, hey, who do I hire in this industry? And you see the same name 5 to 7 times, that is a really good sign. And we don't always track that. We don't always realize, oh shit, I'm starting to be seen as a celebrity in what I do. I'm recognizable. That's visibility, guys. When a lot of people are referring you, it's because you're known. And you need to really keep expanding on that. So how do we expand? How do we encourage the breaking out phenomenon? What we do is we constantly are seen and we are constantly positioned correctly. So if you were to go on your social medias right now and write a medium to long form, post about what you do, or a client success story, or a new product you're offering, you would see traction and visibility. And this goes back to one of the Rob-isms. Your audience only knows what you tell them. Whether you're Jared Ledbetter, whether you're Ginger and David, whether you're Kevin Beck, I forgot your last name for a while. I'm sorry. The Becker thing threw me off, you goofball. So understand that it's up to you to provide the information that your audience processes. Tai Lopez is really good at doing this for evil. You guys should be really good doing this for good, for righteousness, for integrity, right? Teach your industry is a great way of doing this. And so I'll give Ginger and David an example right now. Here are 3 things I would write about on Facebook immediately. And this is exactly how I would craft it. I would take like 1 or 2 photos of the aforementioned items. Really good photos, good lighting, augmented filters, like custom filters, things like that. Right out the gate, Ginger and David should make an announcement, #breaking news, Really Designs announces specialized workout gear on our affiliated veteran partner pages. Because you guys are only known for clothing, but guess what? You can buy coffee mugs. You can buy water bottles. You can buy workout bags. You can buy sweatpants from Sean Kanan. Don't be known for just clothing. A product launch or a product addition is news. I mean, shit, I could make a press release on it, right? So once you do that and you start attaching like 3 pictures of various physical items besides clothing, and then you start using hashtags in that industry, so fitness, accessories, gym, workout, it's going to be seen by more people. So that would be the first. That would be the first thing, is just the announcement. And these things, understand, Ginger or David, whoever's watching this, understand that the things that are very benign to you are exciting for your audience and they're news for your audience. The things that you might not think are interesting, make good content, because always think Wizard of Oz. Always think what's behind the curtain. What's the stuff behind the scenes that your audience doesn't see? What's the stuff that for you guys is just, I imagine like a clothing rack and just a bunch of clothes and you guys are talking about it. And it's not like exciting because you're deep into it, but it's interesting to people that are not in industry, right? So I sometimes will write content about how to do a good press release, or my funniest experience on the news, or a funny client interaction. But the point is, teach your industry always makes for good content, and it's interesting. It's up to you guys to make a graphic that has like really bright fonts and an eye-catching headline. But you can also just do general announcements. And guess what? If I were to optimize, if I were to weaponize your post, Ginger and David, like today, let's say you want a really high engaging post. I would make a, questions are really good, polls are really good. I would make a graphic that has the logos of like 6 people on your partner page. Could be Mark Dudek, CSD, Hardscapes, The Warrior Strategist, Sean Cannon's Way of the Cobra, Vertical Momentum Podcast. Just have all these like logos on a single graphic or a screenshot of the page, whatever. And just ask a question like, what's your favorite veteran brand on here? How many of these can you name? How many veterans do you know on this page? Something like that. That'll get people talking about your company. That'll get people talking about these brands. You can do a call to action. You can do, hey, support these brands. Click the link in the first comment. Point is, you have all these ways of getting your audience to start talking and getting them excited about your stuff. I spent 30 minutes. I made Ginger a promise that I was going to make a purchase, and she held on to one of the pages that I'm affiliated with as a favor, and I made that purchase. But I spent a good 30, 35 minutes on the page going through nearly everybody's stuff that I knew, right? And that's why I made a purchase from like 6 different people. It's important that you tell people what to do. It's important you inform them. Do they know how to get to your page? Do they know what they can find on there? I mean, fuck, I got a Jasper the Rabbit coffee cup I'm really excited about. I would not have known about that if I hadn't gone to the Really Designs page. By the way, Ginger, drop a link if you want. I don't mind. I would not have known if I didn't go to that page and start poking around. I didn't know Vertical Momentum had a different graphic of a guy climbing a mountain for Rich Kaufman. All these little things. I didn't know that the Way of the Cobra site had so much stuff. I didn't know Big Country had like new hooded sweatshirts, right? All these different things. But people will never know this. They'll never poke through unless you give them a gentle nudge or give them a tempting reason to go onto the site. I was actually really impressed, and I'm definitely going to come back and buy some more stuff. You guys are sitting on this amazing treasure trove of shopping. And I'll tell you this, what's really interesting, the Warrior Strategist hooded sweatshirt fits really well. It's not like overly thick. The sizing is perfect for a middle-aged Air Force guy who has a very questionable exercise routine. And yeah, Ginger. So Working Silent will have matching sales. And that's, this is my bread and butter, is what I do every single day, is visibility. And so it's not always easy to think of, it's not always easy to think of the extra stuff outside of the primary. But remember, that's when we talk about the portal, that's exactly what the portal is. It's working on the business foundations as well as the primary. For me, my primary is PR. Can you imagine if I never did any marketing, never did ads, never did sales, and I just focused on how to craft press releases, right? I only focused on that. My business would die in like a month. So it's important that once a month at a minimum, I do this once a week, but once a month, you say, hey, what's my sales goal? What am I doing for marketing? Am I doing the 4 things that lead to paid ad or lead to sales? Sorry. And what are my specific actions that are going to encourage people to go to the Really Designs website and buy something? Tell stories about the individual products. Tell stories about the people. You're sitting on 30, if not more, amazing stories, right? Tell somebody's story and have a link to their website and have some photos of their gear, right? That's what I would be doing. God help me, if I ran the Really Designs website, I would make a social media post every single day about one shop in there. And then I would tag that person and 5 other people with a strong call to action. I would even have a really cool post with 2 paragraphs about the person, a photo of them, like a custom graphic, a photo of them. You can go on Canva and make a basic template and then put in a photo of the person and then 3 items from the store. And then a mini bio, like 1 paragraph. For example, Richard Kaufman was a soldier, went from Soldier of the Year to homeless drug addict living in his car. He got into recovery and launched the Vertical Momentum podcast, nearing 3 million downloads. It provides inspiration to a global audience. Holy shit, I want some good coffee today. But yeah, that's a bio. Rob Garcia, the warrior strategist, was a high school and 2-time college dropout who moved 16 times in his childhood, raised by a drug addict, alcoholic, single parent. After joining the Air Force, he earned 6 degrees, founded a magazine and his own PR firm. His clothing line reflects the importance for visibility. But hopefully this is giving you some creative ideas. And Ginger, if you spent 15 minutes on each one, like I said, make a graphic that is just a template with your logo, maybe the Really Designs URL, and then just a template. So you can pop in somebody's picture and then 3 articles of clothing, and then just use that one every single day and just call it something and be consistent about it. And then, like I said, when the post comes out, hashtags, tag the person in comments, have a link to their shop in the comments, and then a call to action to buy, and then tag 5 other vets, and then tag 5 other different vets to share that you know. This would increase your sales. This would increase your visibility. And you could literally do this for under 30 minutes every single day. And you would increase your traffic. You would increase your visibility, and you would increase your sales. And this is a very easy organic plan. Partner Spotlight. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, shit, you have a Hollywood actor from Cobra Kai. You know how awesome those hashtags have performed? So if you did one for Sean Kanan, big picture of Sean, and then a bio talking about this Emmy award-winning soap opera and Netflix star, released a robust clothing and product line with Really Designs, starring in the Karate Kid 3 and returning in Cobra Kai seasons 5 and on. Sean Kanan's bad boy brand represents bravery, courage, and the intensity he brings to the silver screen. Not only is he recognizable, but now you're tapping into the Hollywood connection. So this is exactly how I would get visible. And I'm pretty sure if you did a partner spotlight in Vet Tribe, you wouldn't be breaking self-promotional rules if you didn't put a link. You just put a URL, and you just went into Vet Tribe and popped one of these in there with just a little bio telling the story behind it. These things add up over time. And you do one every single day. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., just commit to it. Commit to like 10 days of it. Because this is my 10th business day in a row. I even did a few on the weekends to the portal training. I've never gotten this many leads in my life. I signed 4 clients this week. I have probably 3 more that are in the queue wanting to work with me. And it's just because consistent presence, and you go with what you're powerful in. So it's either video or posts or both, depending on your comfort level. But yeah, that's how to break out. Consistent visibility actions, connecting with your audience, being popular, and then being in a few places. And once you achieve that, you have the visibility that you need, and it becomes a snowball, gaining mass over time, rolling down the hill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that snowball is the analogy for your sales. And over time, it becomes enormous. But it's up to you to do the proper visibility actions to drive traffic to your projects and your site. And that is when you hit visibility. Stay famous.